Well, welcome everybody back. Thanks for joining us. Our guest tonight is Melanie Solomon Neff.
Yes.
Maiden name Solomon, so she's a local girl.
Local girl who's related to everyone.
Yes. So we'll have a lot to talk about. But I wanted to thank Melanie. We're taping this podcast on her birthday. I didn't realize it was a birthday. I was like, I'm so sorry. And she's like, no, let's do it. So we have a little,
Yes.
a little cake and a candle for her birthday.
Yes.
I don't know if you want to
Blow it.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, you can blow it out. We sang
Hot dog.
We sang happy birthday to her already, but we appreciate
Yes.
you being here.
George Bailey. Hot dog.
On your birthday. And
Yes.
oh man, yeah,
48.
Well, that's awesome.
So Chris made me a steak dinner tonight with potatoes, and right now there's this John Hamm meme going around where he's in a club and there's a blue light on it and it's like, ooh, turn the light off or whatever. It's I took a bite and I'm like, so I've been vibing all day today, being like, and that's what he does. Like, and then this meme is going all around, all over the things about how, like, if your wrapping paper lines up, then they go,
Nice.
or if your kid goes to bed on time.
I'm gonna have to. I don't think I've seen that.
Oh,
I need to.
okay.
Oh man.
Now I'm gonna have to send you some because there's tons of them. And so we went to Heber this morning. Went to the Three Bears.
The Three Bears.
Have you ever eaten there?
Oh. Wait a minute. The Three Bears.
The Three Bears in Heber. It's this cute little cafe restaurant.
Yeah.
And they serve incredible breakfasts.
Oh,
and so we went over there, and Chris and I got this French toast thing, and out came.
You're doing the.
And I even put it on my phone.
No. Of you doing it?
No, I didn't record it. But I put the music on my phone.
I got
and
you.
then I started dancing to it. And so we both took a bite. And so that's been a lot of fun.
Nice.
That's been fun. Cause
We're going to have to check that out.
Yeah.
The Three Bears.
The Three Bears. And just decided to do something different because, of course, everywhere around town is super delicious.
Yeah.
Super delish. And we were just kind of like, well, let's go on a drive together. Chris and I love to go on drives together. And
Nice.
And the weather has been just so wonderful and British.
And British. Nice. That's awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, sweet. So you're like, you've always been such a like happy, like, I don't think I've ever seen you like like having a bad day. I know you have to have some bad days, but man, you either do a great job at just putting it aside and always being like super, you're always like just overflowing with happiness. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you do it.
I think there's two things. I think there's one thing is I know the end of the story.
Yeah.
So, you know, having the gospel, the good news, and
yeah,
knowing the end of the story, you know? And so if something happens, I might cry over it a little bit and be like, that was rough.
Yeah.
That was horrible.
That was rough. Yeah.
But
yeah,
then you can really turn it around and kind of laugh it off. Like Preston Hinckley, how he is just able to kind of see the positive. And so I think, one, we have the gospel, and so we know the end of the story.
Right.
We know our Savior Jesus Christ, how much he loves us. And so you can say, okay, I have two choices. Either I can be bitter or I can be better. And so you just go off of that. And then my second one is, I think it's a gift.
I think it is.
You know how there's prodigies and and people who are prodigies with stuff? I think I just have a gift.
Yeah.
Even when I was little, I loved hearing people laugh.
Yeah.
I loved comforting them.
Yeah.
And I do tell you, so in my job, I go to a slew of meetings. I have gobs and gobs of meetings.
Yeah.
But with all my meetings, I've actually, other therapists and counselors are like, are you going to be at my meeting? Because they're like, you put out a calm and a happy. So they're like, even Jeremy Hatch, our neighbor and loved one, we grew up together.
Yeah.
We went to kindergarten, grew up all our lives together. And I went to a meeting of his at the junior high, and he's like, how did you do that? How did you do that with that mom? Or whatever. Like, you made it so calm. He's like, I've had meetings with that parent before.
Yeah.
And Roy Owens, I get to go to a lot of his meetings. And I'm like, I always want to leave with a smile, with a happy feeling. And so they're like, but I think I have that gift.
I think you do.
Like,
for sure.
do you remember a long time ago, or we did a talent thing and I was the joyologist? Do you remember that?
Yes.
And I was like, I love it. I love it.
That was the best.
So I think I was just given that. The Lord blessed me with this gift of happy and seeing joy in it. And and moving on, then that's what you got to do. You have a choice. Either you're going to let this make you really upset and bitter, and you're going to be upset at Heavenly Father, or you're going to say, I need you more. And I'm going to be better, and I'm going to learn from this. And so, because we all do hurt, and we all have these things, but I want to be like, you know what? Nothing's a coincidence.
Right.
Even the fact that you asked me on my birthday or for my birthday, you were thinking of it. The Lord said, hey,
that's crazy.
Why don't you ask Melanie? She'll be 48. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, he probably knew. I obviously didn't know until afterwards, but maybe he was.
And I was going to tell you,
that's
but
awesome.
then I thought, well, this is going to be fun anyway, because I honestly felt like you might ask me and interview me because you know how much I love all of you.
Yes.
That I love you guys.
Oh,
so.
my goodness.
And neighbor for a long time.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So you grew up, you were born here, right? Grew up in
I was born in Tucson.
Oh, in Tucson.
Yeah, and lived there till I was about 2.5, 3 years old.
Oh, okay.
And then we moved here, and my family was like, or my parents were like, let's move closer to family and cousins. And so then we lived in a rental home, actually down the way. The Crooks lived in it for a while. That was the house that we lived in, and we rented it for about a year while my dad and my Uncle Bill and built the house on the hill.
Oh, right here, yeah.
Right up there.
Are you talking like Terry and Rod Crook's house, or the younger Crooks?
The younger Crooks.
Okay.
That house. Okay. Right down from. So when I was there, there was this family named the Curleys had this house, and then right down from it.
Okay.
So it's. Okay. I'm trying to think who all lives near there, but I can't.
Your
think of it now.
Your dad's family was all here. Your mom's family here
Gloria
also?
or Annie Fish
Oh.
is my first cousin.
Okay.
Sean and Annie are my first, and Sherry Burt.
Okay.
Because Gloria is my dad's little sister. Oh, and she's there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Gloria Palmer, that's my dad's little sister.
Okay.
And so I've got a slew of cousins from there.
Oh, yeah.
A slew of cousins over here and over there. And actually, like my Solomon cousins, there's a ton of Solomon cousins that are actually through my grandpa's half-brother.
Okay.
So I got to tell you this. This is so cool.
Yeah.
So my grandpa had 2 half-brothers. And from there, my grandpa came from the second wife, but the first wife had 2 sons, and their names were Bill and Ted.
Stop it. No. No. What?
Yeah, Bill and Ted, and they had an excellent adventure on the Solomon Ranch.
Stop it. They were the originals.
They were the original Bill and Ted of the Wild Stallions.
Oh, man.
But so
nice.
Bill had a slew of kids, and then his kids had the family, they had 9 sons. And so all of the Solomons mainly come from that side, and so I'm more of a second cousins with all the other Solomons around here.
Okay.
But still loads of family.
Yeah.
In fact, Chris comes from one of those Solomon sides, and we're like third cousins.
Stop it. No.
Yeah.
You married
Kissing cousins.
Ooh, nice.
Didn't even know. I'm like, what?
What? That's all right.
So,
no.
I remember in high school, my mom would I go, I think so-and-so's kind of cute. And she goes, oh, that's your second cousin.
She's like,
That's your third cousin. No. I'm like, I'm going to have to move away, find someone.
Yeah.
But I found my soulmate, and he was here in Taylor.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that.
Good.
So
I have the best
was
love
your
story.
mom's family from here also, or?
They are, but from Sholo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so still loads of cousins. Like, I'm so blessed. I come from an incredible stock.
Oh, yeah.
Family stock. Like, my mom comes from a great man named John McNeil.
Okay.
And he was from the Isle of Man, and he converted from the Isle of Man and then came over to America.
Wow.
And then the Isle of Man, I've been there actually. It's this beautiful little island, and they have origins of England, Scotland, and Ireland.
Oh.
And so a lot of my McNeil side has a lot of Scotland and Ireland. So I went with my parents to Ireland, and then we went to the Isle of Man. And so I have a lot of that whole United Kingdom, whole thing. Chris and I went to a Scottish games because he served in Scotland with your brother.
Yeah.
And I started crying because I was like, my Scottish heritage and the bagpipers were playing, and I was crying.
I was crying.
But, and it was so awesome because I served in Australia. I have a load of Australia. And it's under the Queen's Commonwealth. Okay. And so Chris and I are able to talk a lot about different things, about their meat pies and lots of different things.
Yeah.
And the Australian accent with the Scottish accent.
Yeah.
Like the differences. And
yeah.
We used to be like, hello, is anybody home? So I can bust out my Australia
That's a good one.
accent, yeah. Because they don't just say no. Yeah. Like if they go, no. It's awesome. It's like, no.
Yeah.
So,
wow.
That's
crazy.
Lots of fun.
So what had you guys down in Tucson early on?
So my dad worked at the bank in Tucson.
Oh, okay.
And so he kind of built his way up with working for different banks and unions and different things like that. So he lived on the reservations with my older siblings.
Okay.
Like in Keams Canyon and different reservation towns. And then they moved to Tucson, and then they lived in Tucson for a little bit.
Okay.
And then and then I was born there. And before my little sister was born, so about 1980, I think it was, so I would have been 2.5.
Yeah.
Then they're like, let's go back to Taylor.
Nice.
And I am so grateful. But I love Tucson.
Yeah.
But I was so glad that we came here and that I could be this fun small town. I got to tell you about being a small town girl. I did a lot of waitressing to put myself through school.
Yeah.
And people are like, where are you from? Are you from Wisconsin? And I'm like, no, you're just hearing Taylor Hick with some Australian maybe. So now we know. That's what the Wisconsin accent is.
Taylor and Australia.
Yeah.
A mix. Okay.
I got that like 10 times. I was like,
Really?
no, I'm an Arizona native. Born and raised. And I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah.
I love Arizona.
Yeah. Yeah. So how many siblings?
So there's 5 of us.
5 of you. Okay.
And my eldest brother is Grant, who you guys know and love, who we love.
Grant's awesome.
The big G.
Oh, man. Grant's the one that needs to be doing a podcast. Oh, we talked about this the other day.
Yes.
He was a radio guy for a long time.
Yes. So anybody's listening, you remember the big G, Grant Solomon.
Oh, yeah.
And he's just been wonderful. And so I have Grant, and then my sister Christy, and she teaches reading at Highland Primary.
Okay.
She's here.
Yep.
And then I have my older brother Scott, and he lives in Queen Creek.
Okay.
And he's wonderful and fun, and his wife, and got a beautiful big family. And then me, I'm number 4.
Okay.
Second youngest, and then my little sister. And she lives way in Buckeye.
Ooh.
Buckeye. Right near Gila Bend. Like, as you're going to Mexico, you're like, drive through Buckeye.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So.
Nice. Right on. So how were you in school? Were you a good student?
No.
No?
I was not good because I'd rather make people laugh.
Oh, you were like the class clown?
I was voted class clown
were you
my
really?
senior year, yeah.
I can see it.
Yeah, well, I was plenty smart. Like, I would give myself spelling tests and things like that. And actually, one of the times they came up to my mom and they're like, maybe we should hold her back. They're like, she is not reading. And my mom said she can do it.
Yeah.
And maybe it was my gifts, maybe my talents. I was kind of bored with school or something. I don't know.
Yep. Oh,
Test taking is extremely hard for me. You know, being a speech pathologist, I had to take this praxis.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like my board to become a speech pathologist. You know, you probably had to take your super hard board.
Yeah.
I took that bad boy 8 times. Because it was just so hard being like a 2-hour test.
Yeah.
And it's timed, and then you can only spend like 2 minutes per question. Yeah. And so it was 160 questions.
Yep.
And so I would just blink. I would just blink and freeze. And
yeah. Well, and if it's like the test we take, like all the answers are right to some degree.
Weighted
and it's
answers.
Like, so you got to pick the one that's the most right, and it's horrible.
Oh, it's horrible.
You walk out of there just thinking.
They're like, how do you feel like you did? And I was like, maybe next time.
Maybe
I'm
next
like, oh, I don't
Not
know.
good.
So, not good. But I had this, some of my professors, a lot of them let us do PowerPoint presentations.
Yeah.
And I could ace any class. Give me a presentation.
Yeah.
Like when people were like, oh, talking in the church is the worst. And I'm like, how about we trade? I'll talk in church all day long.
Yes.
I'll teach all day long. I love teaching gospel doctrine and teaching. The test taking and other stuff, I'm like, let's trade. Let's trade.
So nice. So you kind of weren't super interested in school in the beginning.
All that interested. I got busy with music in 5th grade.
Yeah.
That's when I started playing the violin, and I've been playing the piano for a long time as well. Started when I was like 6 with the piano, and so music and singing. I was such a little singer. And friends that watch this, they're like, yes, Melanie's always singing, making up songs and singing. I'm like, you've got great hair. That's not my pretty voice. That's my joking voice. But that, and I feel like the Lord just really blessed me with music. And so I wanted to do music. I wanted to love people. I'm like, I'm already ready to be an entrepreneur, love people, help people, and music.
Nice. So were you in like choir and orchestra and all that stuff?
All throughout, and I got in high school, there's a music award called the Crandall Award, and I got it when I was a senior, and it was wonderful.
That's
I
awesome.
know some other friends that were so musical too. And I just was for sure. I thought our friend Tara Washburn, I'm like, oh, she's so talented and can play everything strings. And then they're like, and the Crandall Award goes to Melanie Solomon. And I was like, what? What? Oh, what?
Yes.
But no, just so much fun. And I got a scholarship to Eastern Arizona College for music.
Awesome.
And so was able to go to school at EA for a couple years before my mission, or went there 2 years before my mission, and then I went to EA a year after my mission.
Okay.
So.
Okay. That's when they were still, it was 21 for young women to serve, right?
Yes. But I always knew. I always knew I wanted to serve.
Nice.
So I was just kind of like, not that any boys were after me at all.
Stop it. Dang it.
But I just knew I wanted to serve so badly.
Nice.
And I was blown away. I opened my mission call and saw the Australia Brisbane mission.
Wow.
And I was just crying. And at the time, Norris Baldwin was our stake president. And he told me later that he wrote on my mission papers, send this girl where there's no tornadoes, no hurricanes, because she is going to shake it up. Something to that effect. But I was so mind blown. President Hinckley and the brethren who go look over missions, they knew. Because Americans, Arizonans, they're my people, but Australians, all A's. America, Arizona. They're all my people. And oh man, I always said no worries before my mission, and then I get to this beautiful land and everything is no worries, mate. No worries.
Nice.
So it was definitely meant to be.
Have you been back since your mission, or?
No, I haven't been back. I started doing a lot of traveling. And I kept thinking in my mind, well, after I see all these different places, I'll go back. And, life takes a crazy turn where my mind kind of snapped with stress. And I haven't flown for a long time.
What?
Yeah,
really?
I've been everywhere. Like, I went to oh man, I've been so many places, especially with my mom and dad, because they have just been Energizer bunnies of travel.
Oh yeah,
But after my mission, so I went to Ireland and the Isle of Man, and then I went with a friend to Bulgaria and Greece and
okay.
Italy.
Yeah.
And then after that, I went with my parents to China. And then after that, we went to Israel.
Wow.
And went all around. And shortly after that, for some reason, I don't know, in my mind or my hormones or what, but I had a panic attack on a plane. I was going to a speech convention in Chicago, and I had already been to Chicago and loved it. You go to Chicago.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I loved Chicago. I swam in the Great Lake and loved it. It was awesome. So I was going to a speech convention to get more hours for my hours, and all of a sudden I just started panicking, feeling like I was trapped. And so I stood up, like the plane was pulling out, and I stood up. And I was like, I can't breathe. And so then the flight attendants came over, and they told the pilot to stop the plane. And I was like, I just need to breathe. I can fly. I just need to breathe. And the flight attendants, there was this one sweet, really feminine guy, and he goes, oh, honey, you have to get off. He was like, but you're going to be okay. Like, he was the sweetest guy. And I was like, I have to get off. I was so, like, shocked. And so the pilot pulled back up. And then I had to get off, but 2 more people got off with me. So I don't know if there was something tied in the air or with the barometrics or something. But here, I've flown to Australia and China. Yeah. Australia, the longest flight in the world.
Is it really?
I think so. Well, because, the movie Interception, they go in the dreams because he's flying to Australia. So they could use that dream for a long old time.
Long time.
So
nice.
I think, but something in my mind. And so I've been trying to so I haven't flown for about 10 years. No, like 14 years I haven't flown. But, I miss it and I dream about it. The other day, I totally dreamt that I flew back to Asia. And I was like, hey, guys.
Hey.
I got off the plane and I was like, I did it. I've flown, so I've been flying in my dreams.
Okay.
I just, somehow in our minds, something sometimes snaps.
Yeah, darn it.
It snapped. And I know, I'm like, come on.
So now you're just an over-the-road traveler for
yes,
now.
I'm a road traveler. I've been traveling still everywhere, and I have.
Nice. Awesome. So, when did you first start thinking about like speech therapy?
Oh man, well, you got some great questions
No,
that
stop.
we can last forever. I guess I just have a lot to say too.
Oh, that's good. That's awesome. I love it.
So, when I was little, when I was in first grade, I had what is called a frontal lisp.
Oh, okay.
So everything was
yeah.
Where a frontal lisp is where you stick your tongue out.
Yeah.
And so I was like, did you see that down the slide? Like,
yeah.
And I went to a wonderful speech teacher. Back then we called him speech teacher. Okay, wonderful speech pathologist. Her name was Beth Johnson. Nice. She's still alive, and she taught me how to say my S's. Nice. Like, I just loved her, and I thought she was great. And then I was thinking about it, and I remember being on the playground and being like, what's going on there?
What?
With people's R's and their S's. Like when they were talking, I'm like, what you got going on there?
What's going on with that?
That's a cute little lisp. I had one of those.
Yeah.
And so I was I realized that I kind of had an ear for it already. And I remember when I was in junior high, they kind of start doing a thing of like, what do you want to be when you grow up? Like, you fill out those tests or whatnot. Yeah. And I was like, I do not want to be a teacher. That would stress me out. Yeah. I'm like, no, thank you. No, being a teacher. And then I was talking to my mom, and she was like, maybe you should be a speech pathologist like Beth. And I was like, yeah, awesome. That is true.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I have the ear for it, and I found an interest in it.
Nice.
And so I was like, I do want to do that. I want to do that. And so after my third year, after my mission at EA, then I knew NAU had a great speech pathology program.
Nice.
And so I was like, I'm going to go to NAU. So I went to NAU, and I was doing the speech program, and I loved it. I loved doing my emphasis when you finally can take the classes for what you want to be.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
Instead of taking all these generals that are a waste,
Yes.
you're taking the classes that you finally are wanting to be that. And I found that I was interested in the head and the neck, like everything to do with speech, the brain. We had to take a couple neurology classes, and we had to do audiology classes. And in the audiology class, it was awesome because we had our audiometer, or that's not for your ears, that's for to listen to. But we had that little scope to look in your ear.
Yeah.
And we got to take turns on each other, and I was like, let me look. Let me look. And so then I'm like, do I want to do audiology? And I wasn't sure because I'm not just loud on purpose. I do have a hearing loss in one of my ears.
Oh.
And it's just like one frequency. It's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, one frequency. And so I've got this little loss. So all through school, I had to do hearing tests.
Yeah.
Because they're like, why is she so loud? Was she born with an amp? I'm just kidding. No. I'm like, I need to hear myself. No.
Yes.
So I just didn't know if I wanted to do audiology. But then you have to do like a slew of observation hours and screening hours. And I was like, you know what? This is fun, but I think speech pathology is funner. Yeah. So I got my bachelor's degree in audiology and speech pathology.
Okay, nice.
And then, and then I went to Ireland and the Isle of Man after I graduated with my parents. And my parents kind of invited me because I already knew how to drive on the left-hand side.
Ooh, nice.
So it's I'll take it.
They needed a chauffeur.
Yeah, I'll drive you. Okay. You pay the way. I'll drive you anywhere you want to go. And it was awesome because there were sheep in the road.
Nice.
It was so beautiful and green.
That's awesome.
Beautiful, friendly people. It was so beautiful, and 14 shades of green, and just beautiful island. My Ireland. I loved it. And nice. I love the Isle of Man. But then, my sister Christy was living in Tucson at the time.
Okay.
And she said, why don't you come to Tucson and you could work and you might have like some better dating opportunities. And I was just like, because I had this amazing experience. Okay, so when I was at NAU, before I got my bachelor's degree, it's about 2003.
Okay.
And I had this dream, and I was holding hands with this guy, and he had strong hands, especially on near his pinky and his thumb. His very strong hands. Yeah. And I remember in my dream, I just felt so in love with holding hands with this guy. And I saw his like hair from like here up, and it was dark, dark brown.
Yeah. And
my dream was ending, and I was like, wait! I go, what's your name? And I'm not kidding you, he said Noah. And I was like, okay, that could mean two things. Either I'm drowning, you're going to find me when I'm drowning, or you're an angel.
Yeah. So
I was just like, okay. So then I went to Tucson, and I was looking for every Noah. No, I was just having a lot of fun. I got a job as what was called, because I only had my bachelor's degree at the time, I was called a speech technician.
Okay.
And so I worked for the Marana School District.
Okay.
I worked in 3 different schools in Marana, and my mentor, his name was David Goldberg. And he was an amazing mentor to me. And he had a severe stutter.
Really?
Yeah, he'd go, my name is Dave Goldberg. Like, he had a severe stutter, but just an incredible speech pathologist
Wow.
that
Yeah.
I learned so much from. Just love
Wow.
him so
Nice.
dearly. So he taught me so much.
Yeah.
And I lived in Tucson for about 2 years.
Uh-huh.
Didn't find my Noah there. And I just, somebody wrote me a letter. Oh, my mom was talking to somebody. She is a reading specialist. Like, my older sister is a reading specialist. And she was talking to him about speech pathology. And so he wrote me a letter and said, you should join this company. It's called the Special Services Consortium. And you can work like in these reservations.
Mm-hmm.
You can work everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, you know what? That sounds awesome. So I applied for this job with the Special Services Consortium, and I got hired. And they put me, and my first place was in Chinle, Arizona. So way north. It was funny because they'd be like, where are you from? And I'm like, Northern Arizona. And they're like, we're Northern Arizona. And I was like, oh, yes, you are. Yes, you are. And so I lived in an apartment like 20 miles past Chinle is a place called Many Farms.
Oh, yeah.
And I lived in Many Farms for 4 years.
Wow.
And I loved it.
Really?
Oh, I loved the Navajo.
Yeah.
And learned a lot of stuff, and
Nice.
it's so cute. Like, the little kids try to say the pledge in Navajo.
Uh-huh.
And so the beginning is Kea Eshla Bingo. And then the kids would go, Zogi. Like, they don't know what they're saying. But it's so cute. And say, Ya'at-e. That's how you don't just say Yatahe.
Oh.
Yeah, Ya'at-e. And to say thank you is Ehehe. So being with them and learning their language and just, I love them.
Yeah.
I love the Navajo. Yeah. And they're so funny. Like, to say yes, you say, oh, you know. And so my bishop out there, Bishop Curley, he was like, we are the people of the seal. And I said, oh, yeah, Bishop? And he goes, oh. And it was awesome. And I just loved them. Yeah. I loved the children and their chubby cheeks. And it was a blessing for me to work out there and live out there. Yeah. And I was able to then, at that time, because I was living out on the res, and so you didn't have to pay very much for your housing. Right. I was able to put myself through grad school. Oh, nice. And so I decided NAU does a summer track program where you can go to school for 3 summers and then do your externship wherever you choose to do that. Yeah. Plug for NAU. Ooh. Good job.
Nice.
So then I got my master's degree at NAU to be a full-on speech pathologist. And so I've been doing speech pathology for 22 years.
Wow, that's awesome.
Crazy. Nice. It's awesome. And I've been able to love so many kids and help so many kids. And it's so cute because one little girl, she goes, Miss Mededy, you have such pretty eyes. I love the Tolodween.
That's awesome.
And I was looking at her, and on Finding Nemo, when Marlin the clownfish is looking at the little turtle, and he's like, look, you're really cute, but I don't know what you're saying.
Yep.
But now I do. And so it's been awesome with all these different parents telling them, okay, this is what your child is doing. Yeah. This is what they're saying. And it's been a wonderful career at the right time. I chose the right thing at the right time. And I've been able to help the community and stuff and just have them come over to my house. And
wow.
I got to tell you another funny story. So I left the res and I stayed with the consortium
Okay.
I was with them for about 17 years, I think.
Oh, wow.
Or so. So I stayed with that company for a long time, and they moved me all over the mountain. Like I've worked in Heber and Vernon and Concho and Round Valley and Alpine and St. John's, and I've worked everywhere.
Yeah.
And when I was working in Round Valley, this is the cutest story. I had a little boy at the time. He was doing kind of a stutter, kind of a stammer.
Yeah.
And then I had another boy, and see, the little boy that had the fluency issue, he was really sweet. So I could sometimes pull him with other kids and, make sure they're being seen. And so I pulled him with this other little boy with autism. And so while we were sitting down, the little boy with the stutter was kind of sitting in my spot. And so I sat on another spot, and the little boy with autism started running around. And the little boy with the stutter had a really fine buzzed head. Yeah. And so the little autistic boy went over to him and started rubbing his head. And then he kind of like sniffed him. What? And I was like, come over here, sweetheart. Come and sit down. And the little autist, or the little stuttering boy goes, well, that was that was awkward.
Oh, no.
I think I fell to my knees and started laughing so hard. Because he just laughed and I laughed and oh man, the kids, they crack me up. They tell me a lot of funny things. And so that cracked me up. That was because of his stutter. So cute.
Dang it.
It's been wonderful.
So have you worked in the schools pretty much your whole career then? Or
so I did my externship in Cottonwood, Arizona.
Okay,
so there was my supervisors out in Cottonwood. They were wonderful, but you have to do it in like a different setting. Yeah. So I did it in the hospital there, and that's in the hospital speech pathology. You do a lot more with swallowing.
Yeah,
swallow studies and barium swallow studies.
Yeah.
And man, that did scare me. I was just kind of like, oh my gosh, that's scary. Anyway, and one of my supervisors, her name's Shaylee, if you're ever going to see this, but Shaylee is amazing. Yeah. And so before we do a swallow study, we gag people to see if they can have a reflex and what they can eat. Yeah. So there's like 3 phases of food, like phase 1 or phase 2 or phase 3. Yeah. Can they swallow just liquids, or can they swallow soft peaches, or can they eat? Yeah. Kind of a thing. And so Shaylee was with this old woman, and this old woman's mouth was filthy that she was, because you kind of trick them a little bit so that you can gag them. And so she's going in her mouth. It just like grossed me out that I'm like,
no, you were gagging.
I was gagging.
No.
And then I'm like, think of happy things. Think of gummy bears, Care Bears, puppies. Think of puppies. Think of puppies. And so she's trying to gag her, and it grossed me out. And I'm like, and she looks at me, and I go, I'll be a minute. I'll be a minute. Just so I went out, and I'm like, oh, stop it.
Pull yourself together.
I pulled myself together. And I was just like, stop. And so I went back in, and she was still cleaning the lady's mouth.
What?
And so I went like,
no.
I did it again.
No.
So I said, okay.
I can't do this.
I can't do this. But then they actually offered me a job, basically, because they're like, you're so good with the elderly. Yeah. You're so good with working with people with strokes. And you're so kind to them with teaching them how to talk again. Yeah. And I said, you know what? It's just too much for me, because I actually taught this old woman. She had a stroke. I actually helped her like doing oral motor exercises, and I helped her to talk again.
Oh, my goodness.
And then my supervisor told me she died. So I know. And so then I'm like, I don't think I can do this, because at least with the children, I don't have to worry about them dying on me. Just loving them. I love them. And so, but I still have worked with some adults with strokes, and
Okay, yeah.
and I love them. So after I did that, my externship, I got to work in Cottonwood and Sedona.
Nice.
And I just had a great time. What great externship.
Yeah.
The Lord blesses me
Yeah.
abundantly.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel so highly favored.
Yeah.
I have so many trials. I feel like Joseph Smith, but he is my cousin, because I'm related to Jesse Ann Smith. So I've got the look. Look, you just shook Joseph's hand. Bam.
Bam.
So
That's
everybody
it.
who I hug you, you're like hugging Joseph Smith or Hiram. There you go.
Oh, nice.
And I love hugs.
Yeah.
So I was telling Jason Brubaker, I said, when I retire from speech, I want to come work for you.
Just be a hugger.
I want to be a hugger at those funerals and just hug people and love them. I literally was at somebody's funeral, and I had a line. I wasn't working or anything, but people came up, and I hugged at least like 17 people. Had a line. They all just needed a hug.
That's
and
awesome.
I was willing to give it. And here, I'm just standing at the door. I came to the funeral.
You weren't.
And so I was leaving, and they're like, oh, Melanie. I'm like, I know. Bring it in.
Bring it
Hugging
in.
you tight.
Let's hug it out. And you had your own line?
I had my line.
Separate from the...
Of everybody who needed to be hugged. And I was so in love with it.
That's awesome.
I love people. I love to just hug them.
Yeah.
And love them.
Yeah.
And hug them. I mean, I had this experience on my mission. I'll tell you real quick.
Yeah.
My companion at the time, her name was Sister Yanez.
Yeah.
I had her for 4 months. We were companions, and she is from Chile. And I just loved and adored her. Well, we went to this Polynesian home, and I believe they were Samoan, and we had taught maybe a first discussion, or we were teaching about Jesus. Maybe it was the second discussion at the time about Jesus and the atonement. And all of a sudden, this big, huge Samoan guy just hugged me really tight, and he was just hugging me and crying and hugging me.
Wow.
And so then I went out, and my first thought was, sisters aren't supposed to hug. So
I just broke the mission rules.
And that's what I was thinking. So I'm kind of feeling bad, and she's like crying, and I'm feeling bad, and she goes, what is up with you? And I was just like, well, he was hugging me really tight, and we're not supposed to be hugging guys. And she was like, don't you see he was hugging Jesus?
Oh.
And she was like, that's why he couldn't let you go, because he was hugging Jesus.
Wow.
And then I was crying with her, and I'm like, yes, that's what this earth life is all about.
Yeah.
Is loving people and loving and lifting and all that good stuff. So that's what I told Jason. I was like, Cindy, if you're listening, I probably will only work maybe another 3 or 4 years. She's like, you can't leave until after I leave. But after that, I think I told Jason, I just want to love people and hug people.
Yeah.
Maybe I could win $1 million and just be a lover.
Yeah. That's awesome. That is awesome.
Anybody who has a load of money, you can donate it.
So
donate it to me.
So you can just become a full-time hugger.
Yeah,
just
a lifter and a hugger.
Yeah.
You want to be lifted and loved? Come on over.
Nice. Well, speaking of love, can we talk about
the greatest love story of all time?
Yes, exactly. Seriously.
Oh man, I have the greatest story. The greatest story.
Yeah.
So
give it to us.
Yes. So Oh man, it is just such an amazing story. So, let me think about how to start. So, let's see. I We were in Centennial 8th Ward together at the time. Are you guys still in Centennial 8th? Are you split now?
We're in a whole nother state.
You're in another. Oh, yeah, you're like my parents. Your side of the
Yeah.
road got split.
Yeah.
Okay, so
New ward, new stake, everything.
that is so
Anyways.
crazy. So we're Centennial 8th Ward at the time, and Chris is on the High Council
Right.
at the time, and
Yeah.
so I was in the Young Women's Presidency, so I was busy with the young women
Yeah.
and everything with Jennifer Owens, who I love,
Yeah.
and everybody in Centennial 8th. I just love everybody in this area. And so what happened is, so my parents had served a couple of missions. So when they were on their second mission in Modesto, I was taking care of their house and living in their house. So at that time, I was attending the ward, and this Sunday came up. I love talking about it now because this whole experience is around now. So that's kind of awesome.
Yeah.
So, I'm gathering exactly how to put it. It was, Chris came and spoke in our ward the end of November. And he had Colette Whittle speak with him.
Yep.
And so Colette gave this beautiful talk, and I thought it was wonderful.
Yeah.
And then Chris got up, and all of a sudden, I had no idea who Chris was at all.
Yeah.
I was like, so all of a sudden, things got hazy. Things got hazy as I was watching him speak, and I could just see him, and everything else was hazy. And I kept looking at him, and I'm like blinking. I'm like,
You're like, Noah?
No. But all of a sudden, I'm just like, things were hazy. And I go, who is this guy?
Yeah.
Who is this guy? So then I thought, Neff. And I go, okay. I go, my friend Jeremy grew up with me. We're the same age. And I was like, is that his brother? And then I was like, and I knew of a Joey. And I go, is that his brother? And I just didn't know him at all.
Right.
But he had the dark, dark brown hair. And so then I was like, what is this? And so I kept blinking. I'm like, what is going on here? Like, why am I feeling these feelings? Why am I feeling what I'm feeling?
Yeah.
And so that's my side. So now on Chris's side, I had back 13, 14 years ago, we used to still hand in our tithing.
Yep.
And so I was walking up and I was handing in my tithing, and I said, here you go, Bishop West at the time.
Yep.
Here's my tithing. And so then he saw me, and he was like, well, she looks nice. She looks really sharp today. Yeah. Just thinking that I look nice, a happy person.
Yeah.
And then he all of a sudden said he was looking at me, and then he just had this huge spiritual download of, he knew my name, he knew my parents' name, he knew where I was. Wow. And then he said that as clear as anything, he heard the Holy Ghost say to him, should anything happen to Polly, that was his first wife, Melanie will make you a good wife. And he was like, what's going to happen to Polly? He was just kind of like, that's interesting. And so he thought that was weird. And so then when he saw me looking at him, that I was smiling and kind of like had bug eyes, just like, what? He was just like, he was also feeling feelings.
Yeah.
And he was just like, because the Spirit just told him, yeah, should anything happen to Polly, Melanie will make you a good wife. So then a week later, we had ward council, and I was at ward council, and Bishop West was crying. And he said that council member that spoke last Sunday, his wife died yesterday. And I remember, even though I didn't know Chris from Adam, all of a sudden I started crying. And I was just like, and I didn't know him at all.
Right.
And so then
This was a week after he...
1 week. So he spoke on Sunday, and then Polly had a heart attack on Saturday.
Oh my goodness.
And then so like less than a week, basically.
Yeah.
And so then she passed away December 1st. And to be honest, they had a hard marriage. They didn't have a very good communication marriage. It was very hard marriage for them. There's already problems going on there. But then he kept thinking, like, so he, he's like, I still want to keep going. And he just kept thinking of me. And he kept thinking of me and kept thinking of me. And I was like, so then the very next week, he was like, how can I ask her out? How can I be with her? And so, he was like, I think that she is the one. The Lord told me she is the one. And so then so our wards overlapped. His ward and our ward overlapped. And so then he said that the Spirit told him, go to those doors because Melanie's going to come out those doors. What? And so then I did. I came out those doors to get a drink. And then I saw him, and the Spirit told me as clear as anything, do not coddle this man.
Really?
Yeah. So he said, do not coddle this man. And I was like, coddle? Like, what? And so then he came up to me, and he goes, I heard you play the piano, and would you mind teaching my daughter how to play the piano? And for some reason, like the Lord telling me, do not coddle this man, like gave me so much strength or something, because then I was like, awesome. This is so awesome. I'm like, well, I'm really busy in my life right now, so good luck.
What? No.
I totally
shut him down.
Blew him off. Shut him down.
What?
Shut that door of love. Closed. And so, and that's not like me. Usually me, I'd be like, oh, sure. Yeah, here's my number.
Yep.
I'll do anything.
Yep.
And so then Chris was like, he goes, that was so refreshing to finally be seen and talked to without pity. Yeah. Like everybody be like, oh, your wife died, and just looking at him like that. And he was like, the fact that you were just so real and happy and just real. And he was like, it made me just want you more. And so then he called my house, and he was like, hi, this is Chris. He was like, he called my parents' landline when we still had a lot of landlines.
Yes.
Calls my parents' landline, and he is like, can you give me your sister's phone number? And I go, because he was still trying to devise a plan to talk to me, but he was like, maybe I could get, because I did tell him before I hit him on the shoulder, I go, maybe my older sister can help your kids. I go, I'm too busy in my life. So...
Wow.
So he called me, and he was like, can I get your sister's phone number? And I was like, do you have a pencil? Something to write with? And he goes, yes. Yep. So I go, this is her number.
Yeah.
And then he called me back like 7 minutes later, and he goes, I didn't write it down.
What? What?
And I go, what? No pencil? And so I still was like just being myself, which was so refreshing because I wasn't trying to like win his heart. I wasn't trying to impress him. I didn't care. I was just like, why did you write it down?
Yes. You told me you had a pencil.
Yeah, hello. And so then he called it the landline again, and I said, Chris, this is my cell phone number. Stop calling me. And then also I was in a bad accident. right at this time. Like the Lord was really being like, you got to get ready for this because this is the greatest thing in your life. So I went through a bad accident with my friend Mary, and my car was totaled. I don't know if you guys maybe remember. Yeah, so I was hit in Cholo and totaled my car.
Wow.
And so then he texted me, and I can't claim this joke, but he goes, so how are you doing? And he was like, I can help you with cars. I'm a car man.
Yeah.
And he's like, I can help you. And he's like, how are you doing? And I'm like, well, I'm like Sean Connery. I'm shaken but not stirred.
Oh, no.
And he said he just laughed and laughed at that. And he was like, I am getting the platinum mine here. Not getting, but he was pretty sure that he was. And so we started texting. So now granted, Polly passed December 1st. We start texting like crazy. He asked me on a date after we're texting, and I was feeling like, I feel like he's speed dating me. I'm like, what is going on? And I remember telling Lisa and Rick Gibson, I'm like, he's really trying to come on to me pretty quick, like dating me, meaning. And Lisa was like, you just need to enjoy this and take your medicine and go for Chris.
Nice.
Yes, it was so awesome. So then I was just kind of like, I don't know, I was feeling all these feelings because I was feeling feelings for him.
Right.
And then I remembered the hair, and I remembered these things, and all these things are coming into play.
Yeah.
So then on Christmas, I went to Buckeye to spend it with my little sister, and everybody's like, go for Chris, go for Chris. They don't even know him. But they're all Team Chris. And they're like, what if he was the right one for you all along? I think you guys were doing that to me too.
We probably were.
You're like, Team Chris, go for Chris. This guy is meant for you. And so I was just like going through a hard time. And so the next day, the day after Christmas, I didn't hear from Chris, which was strange because usually he texted me throughout the day. And so then I was like, it was strange, but I was kind of feeling like, did I blow it? Did I wreck something with him? I was feeling so nervous.
Yeah.
And then I remembered that we set up a date for the 1st of January.
Ooh, nice.
And so I didn't want to do December 31st. I was like, I don't know about kissing.
Oh.
Because I was so nervous, so scared. And so giddy too, because so I was like, I don't. So let's do it where I don't have the pressure of a kiss.
Yes, nice. Nice.
And so then, so then he didn't talk to me. And then the next day, I actually had told him that I might be seeing somebody. So I totally lied. What? Because I was just, and I remember telling Jennifer and Lisa and some of these ladies, I'm just like, I don't know, I don't want to be a polygamist.
What?
I'm like, this is going to be rough being the second wife. But then the more I thought about it, I'm like, Mary Fielding Smith, amazing second wife, and so then I drove home from Buckeye from seeing my family, and I saw my brother and his wife and family, and as I'm driving home, I'm thinking a lot about Chris and how I missed him. And so then I get home, and I was taking a bath, just kind of pondering things, thinking things through, and that I hadn't heard from him yet.
Yeah.
And I felt like I could feel Polly's presence with me in the bathroom.
Wow.
And I felt like that she said, I need you. I want you. She goes, I couldn't raise these kids. Don't you think how much I love you? I need you.
Yeah.
I need your help. I want you. Wow. And I just started crying, and I just was like, okay, pass me a towel. I'm like, thank you. And I've just felt so much love for Chris, and I'd already felt so much love for him. And so then I wrote him the next day, like December 27th or 28th. And I said, I'm not seeing anybody, you know,
Yeah.
I missed you and stuff. And then he wrote me back and he is just like, yeah, I don't know where this will go, but, you know, thank you for letting me know. And he knew.
Yeah.
He knew.
Yeah.
And he
knew.
goes, well, do you want me to, do you want to go out with me on New Year's Eve?
Oh, no.
And I was like, yes.
Oh.
Yes.
He
And
said
so
yes.
then,
Oh, yeah.
and actually on the 30th was my first kiss with him. And then we went out and we went and saw Jack Reacher together. Amazing Tom Cruise movie.
Nice.
We went and we got shushed in the theater and he just was so happy. Chris was.
Nice.
And he just like everything was just falling into place so well.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, first date, December 31st. He proposed to me by Valentine's Day. I immediately called you guys right after and said, I'm getting married.
Yes. Yes.
And said, can you help me?
Oh, yeah.
Can you help me?
Nice.
And so you guys were like, yes, when are you getting married? And I was like, March.
Nice.
So like a month to that time.
Oh, yeah.
And and the community and you guys especially, you're like, we're so happy for you. We'll give this as your wedding gift. And you guys gave me the best wedding gift because you gave me a beautiful reception.
Oh, my goodness.
And
That's awesome.
And he told me, like, during that little time, like in January when we were still trying to date, and I was doing a lot with his kids, especially too, because I loved them so much. I got 4 treasures that I inherited that I've loved.
Nice.
And he goes, how do you feel about being chased? And I was like, I don't know. I go, this is great. I've never had it before. And he goes, how about letting yourself get caught?
Oh, nice. Oh, smooth.
It's so smooth.
Oh.
And I saw his hair and I was like, you're an angel. That's what I needed. You're my angel, Gabriel. And I was like, I told him the whole Noah story, and he held my hand for the first time, like on the 28th of December, and I go, I'm in trouble.
Oh, no.
Because I knew that was his hands.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it came all back to me. So from 2003, and then we started dating in 2012, and then we were married in 2013. So basically kind of dated in 2013. Everything was so fast, and so in March, we will have been married for 13 years.
That's awesome.
And
wow.
just so much in love.
Yeah.
He is my soulmate.
Yep.
We make each other laugh so hard. He's the man of my dreams.
That's
my
awesome.
soulmate.
Yes.
And I go, I just can't help that I'm so attracted to you. I just love him. The other morning,
That's awesome.
I had heard that song from Cher from like the early 70s. She's like, gypsies, tramps, and thieves. Have you ever heard that song?
I don't think so.
On XM radio, I listen to 70s a lot. And maybe that's because I was born in the 70s. Anyway, she sings a song called Gypsies, Tramps, and Thieves. And so I came home and I'm like, gypsies.
No.
Singing it like Cher. And I'm like, tramps and thieves. And Chris goes, gypsies, tramps, and Steves?
What are you singing?
What are you singing? I go, gypsies, tramps, and Steve.
And Steve? Who's this Steve guy?
And I'm like, that's about how much the song makes sense.
You're right.
And so we're just
that's
living
awesome.
and laughing and loving.
That's
we're
awesome.
empty nesters now.
Oh,
Our last is serving a mission in Oregon, and he'll be back in July. And we've just been having the greatest time, and just
that's so awesome.
we have the greatest love story. And
Yeah.
it was so funny because I actually had dated somebody super narcissistic and evil and communist.
Dang it. Darn it.
Horrible for a long time, but then it prepared me a lot for Chris. And so then I was just like, I asked him, we would go walking. I said, Chris, is the shoe going to drop? Are you going to start being mean to me? Because I need to know. I'm not going to do this ever again, And he is just like, I feel the same way. He goes, no, this is me. I'm kind. And I go, this is me. Nice. I go, why would I be mean to myself? I go, you are me, I am you. We're soulmates. Why would I be mean to myself?
Right.
That doesn't make sense.
That is so awesome.
So just so blessed. So many things. I know we could keep going.
Yeah.
I know Josh is throwing us paper signals. Are we good, Josh?
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Because we could keep going.
We could talk for hours.
I have so much stories. So many lives.
I know it.
Just life and love and beautiful
it.
earth life.
Yeah. It's so awesome. It's awesome that whole story with you and Chris is.
It was a miracle. It was orchestrated by the Lord. And there's things on his side, too, that he felt. And things of just being meant to be and just how it fell into place. And things that he's thinking, I'll be thinking. And I just want to talk to him all the time. I get in my car and I dial him. And I'm just like, love! We have all these pet names for each other, like Hotness Everdeen.
What?
Is that
not Hotness? Is that one of his names? That's one of his?
That I've given him. I've given him so many names.
Hotness Everdeen? Oh,
From the Hunger Games, instead of Katniss Everdeen.
Oh, Hotness.
See, it just comes to me.
Oh, man. I'm going to use that next time I see him. No, no. I better not.
Oh, that's so funny.
He'd probably hurt me.
Dang it. It's so crazy. Is honestly, my older sister, Christy, she was kind of helping Chris a little bit, being like, okay, this is how you win Melanie, kind of trying to help him a little bit.
Oh, nice.
So he did contact her and saying, I want to be with Melanie. Like, what do I do? And and she was just like, you're not going to have to do too much. You are her type.
So he was calling her not about piano lessons.
Yeah,
he was calling to get
how to win me and how to be
sneaky.
with me. Like he
Nice.
chased me down, which was amazing. I needed it. I needed it so much. No, I just
That's so cool.
Love him. It was meant to be.
Yeah.
It was so orchestrated.
Yeah.
And it's funny because a lot of times they ask me, like, oh, they feel like my kids are my kid, like I never called them my stepkids because I love them too much. I've given them my whole heart, and so I'm like, so they're like, oh yeah, your son or your daughter and stuff, and they really think that they're mine. And
that's awesome.
my daughter Becca, she has like a high eyelid, kind of like how I do, a lot of lid. And she was like, I don't know where I got that from. And I go, from me. Hello.
Hello. That's a silly question. Yeah. That's awesome. I love it. Oh, I love it. I love that story. That is.
I told Chris, I'm like,
great.
We've got to write it. It was just, well, and people are like, that's crazy because that's fast.
Yeah.
Like here you started dating, basically first date December 31st and then proposed to by February 14th, and
married
just like, and then married the next month.
Yeah.
And I was just like, and we were older. We weren't young.
Right.
I married him when I was 35.
Yeah.
I was looking for him for so long. That's what I'm like. You truly were I'm like treading water. Where is this guy? I've been being obedient. Man, that's a heavy waters. I'm having to tread here. I've been obedient my whole life. Where is he? He was married.
Yeah. You had to wait.
Had to wait. It was great. Yeah. He's
awesome.
my soulmate.
That is
every
so cool.
way. So.
I love it. Well, yeah, we could talk for hours
I
and
know.
hours and hours.
Yes,
And
yes.
we'll probably end up doing it again.
I know
So,
Jennifer, the other night I was coming to talk to her about Young Women's, and before we knew we'd been talking for
yeah.
over an hour already, and I'm like, oh, didn't mean for that to happen.
Yeah.
And you
it's
and
awesome.
your kids, and
It's
just,
awesome. Yeah.
it's been,
Well,
I
awesome.
love you.
Yeah, we love you too. Yeah. Thank you for coming and sharing some about your life and your story, and you're just you're yeah, you remind me a lot of Ava. I just had a talk with Ava.
I started
She-
watching.
She is like just like you. She's the persona of just love, and you can't run into you or to her without knowing that, man, you just have so much love and you just want to give it to everybody. And
Thank you.
it's awesome.
I know, and
I
I
love it.
love Ava every time, and she asks about my dad all the time. How's
Yeah.
your papa? And
Yeah.
I'm like, he's great. He's 89, and she's like, oh, bless him.
Oh, bless
It
him. Yeah,
just,
yeah.
I just love.
Yeah.
Yes, I love
Yeah.
her, and
Yeah.
and just beautiful community.
Yeah,
I can see
is.
why so many people
It
keep moving back, and
Yep.
it's funny because I'm like, man, Taylor is growing so much. And then I've have people from big cities, and they're like, this is a small village. They're like, it's so small. And I'm like, oh, I feel like it's so big.
Yeah, it's getting big.
But, yeah.
Darn it. Hopefully it stays the small kind of feel for
Yes.
a bit longer at
I
least. Hopefully.
think it will, yeah.
Yeah.
As it's growing, but yet still
Still a
small.
small town. Yep. Well, awesome. Well, thank you, Melanie. Thank you. You're awesome. We
So
love you.
happy to do it. Great end to my birthday.
Right on. Right on. Well, awesome. Well, thanks everybody for joining us, and hopefully you learned a little more about Melanie.
Yeah.
Melanie Neff tonight. So
Yeah.
awesome.
I'm ready
Thank
to
you.
hug you.
Yeah. If you see her, she's ready for the hug.
Yeah.
Right on. Well, thank you. Thanks,
Thank
Melanie.
you.
Thank you.